This conference will now be recorded.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay. So, dear friends, this session is not going to be governed by me. I am not going to lead this session. I want this session to be a question and answer session. You please put your questions over here. I want everyone to ask their question, get their doubts answered abruptly, bluntly, anything you want to ask about it. I know that you guys are not novice. I know that you guys are from the industry, maybe routing and switching or security or something. So you guys already know something about. That's what my understanding is. And in case if my understanding is incorrect, please, I am ready to correct myself. So I would like this session to be a very interactive session. So I want you guys to speak out in this particular session. So we will start in an alphabetical order. You can say about yourself. You can put your questions as well. You can talk to others as well in this particular session, right? And your expectation out of the title called CCIE Data Center version 3.0. All right. So Abhinav, the very first top alphabet is off right now. So Ankit, yes, I do understand that we have been talking since long about data center. So my dear friend Abhinav, go ahead. Speak in your own words, in your own language, whatever.
Abhinav or Ankit?
Yes, Abhinav. I'm going on mute, guys. So Abhinav, please let me and let everyone know, because apparently later on, all of us, we are going to be on the same platform in the class. All right, my friend Mujahid has also joined. Thank you so very much, dear Mujahid. Ankit, go ahead, please. Dear friend Mujahid, there is a background noise from your side.
Yes, hello.
Uh,
Hello.
dear Mujahid, definitely hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mujahid, I can.
My question is that the training, which is for the period of 3 months, once you complete the training, are will I be able to take up the exam immediately, or I have to practice some more time? Like, how long will it take? Will you be available even after I finish the training?
Okay. You're right in saying that our training is of 3 months. And then your next question after this is exam. Will I be able to go for the exam immediately after the training? Okay. And then your next question is that will you be available, right, after this particular training as well? So first of all, yeah, you are right that this training, the technology training, is for 3 months. You are right in saying this. Then your next question is, will I be able to appear for the examination after this? And the answer is no. Immediately post this training, considering the fact that along with the training, you have done all the hands-on labs. I'm assuming this. Then I would say that you please take 3 more months to dedicate yourself for the lab examination preparation, right? And as everyone knows, the examination preparation needs what? Needs very dumps, right? And in sophisticated way, the people call it as boot camp, wherein what happens is someone buys the dumps. There are a lot of sites internationally available. They look at the questions, they look at the answers, solutions, and they practice on the real life lab setup, the lab which is a replica of the actual lab, right? This is what actually happens. So my support to you will be, yes, with regards to the technology, with regards to the so-called terms or the technically sophisticatedly called bootcamp, I will help you for that, but I have not prepared myself to teach the dumps. In fact, I don't teach the dumps, but I can help you how to get into it and all the stuff. So I will just simply say with regards to this, there is something which is very importantly called as, I myself call it as push and pull technology, or I do call it as buddy relationship. The intention of this particular technical training is to provide you not only the technology understanding, but also to help you making a buddy relationship, which means that you will find a friend of yours who will be your peer to help you and get help from you. So this is again requires a dedication. And then, yes, you will be ready for the exam. I can tell you, I will judge you whether you are ready for the exam or not. I will make sure I will tell you the strategy of when to book the exam and when not to book the exam. I will not ask you to just book the exam and then start preparing. I will make sure that you are now ready and then you will go for the exam, because it is a matter of $39.50 for the lab exam. Then next, your question is about my availability, and it is yes, I will be available, as I have already said to all my dear friends that this enrollment, our relationship is not going to be a 3 months relationship. Our relationship is a lifetime relationship. So this is called lifetime enrollment, which means as long as I am teaching CCIE Data Center version 3.0, you will be allowed to have free class access, which means you can join the any batch either morning or evening till I am teaching CCIE Data Center version 3.0. So my relationship with you is a lifetime relationship. Full stop. Dear Mujahid.
Yeah, yeah, I got it. There's one more question that I would like to ask you. The decloud, what you're talking, because I couldn't attend most of your classes for the last 1 week, and I was just skeptical whether to kind of join or not. The decloud lab, which you say it is freely available 247 and all that stuff, is that enough for us to practice, or we have to again hire some racks, make a
Okay. There was a lot of noise from your side, dear friend Mujahid. Probably
yeah, yeah.
it was you. Now it is stopped.
Let us
I can
see.
hear you now.
Yeah.
You seem
Okay.
to be logged in using your mobile as well as using the web browser. Am I right? Because your web seems to be mute and someone is joining us, waiting for the name. Okay. So, okay, Mujahid is gone offline. Abhinav has joined back, and there is another friend of ours who is joining. Okay, dear friend Mujahid was asking some question regarding the D-Cloud Lab and whether it is sufficient or not. I wanted to answer the same question, but really want our dear friend Mujahid to be here. Okay, once he'll come back, then I will address this question. So then, all right, Abhinav, our dear friend is back again. Thank you so much, Abhinav, for joining us back.
Hi.
Hi,
There was
Abhinav.
some network. Yeah, there was some network issue.
Hi. Yes. Everyone is working from home, and Netflix is also getting
Yeah.
played. So everyone, is watching Netflix. Even I do have plan of watching Netflix movie with my son
Mhm.
today. And weekends we do watch. Okay, so Abhinav, we are going alphabetically. This is not a session which is going to be controlled by me. This is a session which is going to be controlled by you guys. This is a question and answer session, so would appreciate to address each and every question. So you are the first on top of the list. Please
Can we
let me
discuss regarding what content we will be cover under this training?
Oh, yeah. So what contents we will be covering in this particular training is nothing but it is part of this particular presentation, which I have in front of. I'll quickly give you a view of the contents. Okay. So this particular training is going to go across 6 different modules. Module number 1, which is called as Nexus module. Module number 2 is called ACI. 3, storage area networking. 4, UCS. 5th is Hyperflex, and 6th is our Python network automation. So in case of Nexus module, we have the following technologies which we will be discussing about. The very first is going to be our Nexus hardware. Then it is Nexus software, or we can call it as NX OS. Then we will be talking about virtual device context, which is nothing but which is a process of chopping a physical device into multiple logical entities. Then it is VPC, virtual port channel, very important technology available on all the Cisco Nexus switches. And then we will wrap up this first module with one of the most important industry standard technology, which has totally replaced Cisco's previous technology called OTV. And this technology is going to be most important technology of our Nexus module. All right. Then once this, what we are going to talk about in Nexus, this is over here. Once a more granular question will come, then I will tell you what all we are going to talk about in Nexus. Multicast. Yeah, I wanted to tell you that we are going to talk about multicast as well. Why multicast? For the purpose of the next technology called VXLAN. This is the topology of lab which we will be covering in VXLAN. 2 spine, 4 leaf switches, 3 servers, and with the holistic intention to make sure that configure. Will decloud be sufficient to practice? Mujahid, a dear friend, I'll come back to you. You dropped in between, so I'm just addressing Abhinav's question. So in this particular technology, we will make sure that a server is able to reach to this server is able to reach to this server, and of course vice versa. Plus this server is also able to talk to this server which is outside the VXLAN fabric, and this is nothing but this we are going to do with the help of our dear Cisco D Cloud Lab with end-to-end data plane reachability. This is the one. Okay. Labs. Then we will be going for our ACI as the second module. The theory and the labs. This particular module is predominantly a lab oriented module wherein we are going to work on 13 labs. All the labs are hands-on lab, and yes, we do need to have understanding of the lab, say called fabric discovery, bare metal host BMM integration, and the last labs. For example, multi-pod, multi-site, micro segmentation. These are the labs, the most important labs, even from our production point of view. Okay, then it is storage area networking, which is nothing but a new untouched technology by us. This technology understanding is very much required for the purpose of next module called Unified Computing System. Though in a production environment, there is a separate team, but our holistic intention is to understand this technology from hands-on point of view, and so that we can work on this technology. This is very much there, going to be in your examination. Module number 5 will include Cisco Hyperflex, which is nothing but a merger of 3 technologies together: LAN, SAN, and UCS. This module will talk about the labs. I will be showing you not only the installation of Hyperflex, the complete topology which is to be built for the purpose of Hyperflex installation, but also the configuration migration as well. Very, very important module it is. This module is also known as industry standard name is called Hyper Converged Infrastructure, HCI. We will wrap up our 3 months program with network automation using a language called Python, wherein we will be talking about the Python. What is Python? Its installation, what are interpreter in Python, data structure, operators, comments, and very important conditional statements and iterative statements. The conditional and iterative statements are nothing but they are the execution of the data structure. We will be doing Python from the point of view of our lab orientation. So these are the 6 modules we are going to cover. In brief, I told you, Abhinav. Now, any specific question if you have. Dear friend Mujahid, I'll come back to you. You dropped in between, so we started. Very soon, we'll be with you. Okay. Okay, Abhinav, did you get what I tried to tell you? No question?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, no question.
Okay. All right. Any moment, if you have any question in top of your mind, you want to barge in during the discussion, you are free. Ankit Thakrar, my dear friend.
Hi, Ashish.
Now, yes, hi Ankit, please.
So,
How may I help? Yes.
I understood this entire modules what you discussed. So, I want to know one thing that in VPC we have different failure scenarios, right? So, is it possible to execute all those things into the D cloud?
Very good question. And the answer is no. It's not possible. D cloud, let me tell you, my understanding about D cloud is what? My understanding about D cloud is to make the customers strengthened with regards to the latest technologies, the technologies which are 5 years old, for example, not the technologies which Cisco introduced, say, 15 years back. So what I do observe that the VPC dedicated lab is not available even in Cisco D Cloud. I want to show you something with regards to this. And preparing the VPC failure scenarios will be a beautiful task. It's going to be a humongous task to set up the labs and cause the failures and all. No, it's not possible in dcloud. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain you all the failure scenarios, right? But as far as labbing them up is concerned, apologies. That's not going to be there. I'm logging into Cisco dcloud. In case if you have any further questions based on it, I will present Cisco dcloud to you guys as well. Okay, so quick answer to your question is no. Simulating the VPC failure scenarios is not possible in dcloud. And I just want to show you that which particular lab we will be taking for the purpose. We will be going on to the London data center. And one of our friend is already doing a lab. Let me show you which lab he is doing. He is already doing Cisco Nexus 7000 introduction to Cisco NX OS version 1. Version 1 lab, and this is the lab. I will explain you the topology of this lab, and you can configure just the basic VPC domain using this particular lab. Beyond it, dcloud is not providing any lab. I have already checked it with the dcloud tech team. Okay, Ankit, dear, your next question.
Yeah, that's all I wanted.
Okay, good. All right, anytime you can come back if you have any question. And during my explanation, guys, if you get any question popped up in your mind, you please note down the question and do not spare me asking the question. Okay, then we have got Kamal. Dear friend Kamal.
Yes, hello everyone. So Ashish, thanks for your presentation, and I think we are getting as much as confidence we should have over the trainer and the class module. So I like the way you are presenting. You have started the presentation, and I have been gone through with your demo classes, the link which has been shared by Avinav earlier also. So I feel the same kind of pace and energy level. So I'm glad that I'm part of this group. I don't have any kind of very in-depth module questions or anything like that. But yes, what is coming into my mind right now is like we have listed down the Python as the 6th module. So the initial 5 module where we were talking about UCS and all the other technologies and the hardwares. So the only question which is coming into my mind is if we need the Python usage or the application on any of those modules, is it going to impact to be on the 6th number listed as the Python, or it's fine? And within a basic level of understanding of Python, we can handle the earlier 5 modules.
Very good question, Kamal. Indeed. Okay, now let me tell you the actual usage of Python from our examination point of view, as well as from the point of view of its implementation in the real production environment. From our Python from our examination point of view, what we are learning over here is the language. What is Python? In examination, in your data center lab examination, what will be there? You will be provided with already a pre-written Python script available in .json format. There will be a file called JSON file in which all the scripts to be executed will already be written, but with certain mistakes. Using your operators, comments, statements, what we will be learning over here, you will be asked to modify the script, correct the script, and push it back. Now that is nothing but that is called the ultimate purpose of Python. So what is there? Python scripts using APIs, application programming interfaces, are attached to all the network devices using the management plane. So what we do is, when we write a script, it is clearly mentioned that this script should go and get implemented on which device. So what happens is, when we push the script, say it can go to ACI leaf switch, it can go to UCS, it can go to even say Nexus 7K device and will execute those commands over there. That is the purpose of Python as a script called network automation. What we will be learning here is, we will be learning how to write the Python script, that is the internal component of Python script, right? The Python language, using operators, using different comments, using different types of data structure, etc. So this particular Python module is from the basic understanding to an intermediate level understanding of Python. This is not focused towards advanced Python understanding, that is where the programmers, they do write scripts. Let me give you example of my own self. The company where I am working, we do have a dedicated team, automation team. Those guys, in day out, they write the Python programs. One fine day, a friend of mine gave me a program to write. I was not able to write. I told him clearly, see, my objective is, you know what, to download the JSON script from my Epic controller. Once it is done, I am happy. Then using Python script, I make the modification, addition of certain lines, seeing the previous lines, and then I push it back onto the controller. So that's what the expectation from a network engineer is. Network engineer is not supposed to write down all the scripts from A to Z. That's the reason I call it as basic to intermediate understanding, not the advanced. Kamal.
Yep.
Did I
You got
address
it.
the question?
Yes,
You
yes.
got it?
Yes. You have. Absolutely, you have. So, Ashish, one more thing which I wanted to understand. dCloud, definitely you have already explained that we will be getting some basic lab modules over there, and basic terms and technologies. We can do the practicals by configuration and doing those labs over dCloud. What about the other tools? What will be required to go through with all these 6 modules, like any kind of lab simulation? Definitely that's a part of dumps, but just to understand, I want to like any kind of materials you will be providing in terms of books or PPTs. So what else we will be getting apart from these online sessions?
Good question. And I do have this to be told to you guys. Okay, this is what your question is. Materials, right? What material I will be providing you? Number one, the class notes, right? Certain quick class notes. I will be providing you class videos on demand. Point is on demand, but at the same time, let me tell you, we are working on our website wherein I will upload my class videos for you guys to access them for certain period of time. We will be providing you certain hours. wherein you will be able to go through the class videos in advance or post the classes as well. That is currently it is video on demand, but very soon it is going to be on web. Right, within 2 weeks time it's going to be uploaded. Then I will be providing you certain PDF materials, certain exclusive PDFs, the PDF which are not easily available, will be providing you that, and would request you to please remind me in case if I miss. I have got certain exclusive PDF. For example, for VXLAN there is a Bible for VXLAN available. The Amazon price of this is approximately 5,000. I will be providing you that for free of cost as part of this particular program. So those PDF, the PDF which I have collected over this particular journey, a long journey. Then any Cisco reference material, which is of course going to be in a PDF form, I have found so far along with the module, I will keep on providing you those materials as well. This is with regards to the study material. With regards to the lab, I will strongly recommend you to go through the dcloud for the very first topic called our Nexus hardware. I will strongly recommend you, because I cannot give you any hardware device to touch it, to feel it, to twist it, to unlock it, to take out the line cards, etc. I will be helping you out I will be suggesting you to please use Cisco 3D interactive catalog. On the very first day of our class, that is Nexus hardware class, I will be showing you how to use it, wherein you will have access to all the switches, even the Hyperflex devices, the routers, the UCS boxes, etc., with the help of which I will explain you what is fabric module, what is a line card, what is system controller, supervisor engines, and all. Even the VIC cards, virtual interface cards, how do they look like, and all. So very extensively, we will be taking the help of Cisco 3D interactive catalog for the purpose of hardware. Cisco dcloud is going to be our best friend, available across 4 different data centers. We will be taking the help of it. Cisco DevNet is also there, but I have not found it very comfortable. In case if you want to go through some of the labs, they are available. UCS Platform Emulator, it is nothing but it is a simulator, easily available, downloadable, installable, and all. Of course, this particular tool for the purpose of UCS is available in dcloud as well. Besides this, if you want to use EVE-NG, Titanium is not something I will recommend you to use. Cisco dcloud, I have already said. EVE-NG, if you want to use, which requires, if you do have a strong server with say 64 GB of RAM, then you can set up EVE-NG. But with the help of EVE-NG, you can work only on VPC. You can work on VXLAN. That is, EVE-NG is good as long as you are on the very first module called Nexus module. With regards to rest of the modules, specifically with regards to ACI, though ACI simulator is available, you can install it, but the simulator has got a very small topology of 1 spine 2 leaf switches, but much better than this is Cisco dcloud. So I will strongly recommend you not to invest your time and money on EVE-NG, but better to use dcloud. Right? Kamal, hope I have addressed your question.
Yep. Yes. You did. Yes, you did. Thanks, Ashish. So I think the next and the final question from my end is about the schedule. So I think we were involved in kind of discussion within our group that whether we want to do it on weekdays or weekends. So I think all of us has been agreed upon the weekend schedule. So it will be, if it is weekends, I think it is a 4-hour per day class, right? For 2 days. correct? Just the schedule. That's what I want.
Absolutely. It's going to be 4 hours on Saturday and Sunday. And as you guys have opted already for, you guys can confirm 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with certain 15 minutes of gap in between after say 1 hour, etc. That will be our plan on weekends, Saturday and Sunday. You're right. Right, Kamal?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely, Ashish. Absolutely. So I think I'm good with this. I will
Kamal
move the
and
ball to the
Kamal
next guy.
yeah, sorry to interrupt you. There is one point which I want to add here. Is there any possibility we can have early morning classes on weekend? Because I am in the rotational shift actually. So this 10 to 2 p.m. schedule will overlap my two shifts, APAC shift and then UK shift. So either I am in APAC, I'll be impacted. I'll be in UK, I'll be impacted. So if there is any possibility that we can at least have it in one shift only.
Dear friends, I am very much flexible. I'm an early riser. I believe in early to bed, early to rise, make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. I do wake up before 4 o'clock in the morning, so you can book me anytime. I would love to take early morning class, 4 hours class, if you people wish to. You guys have to decide.
Yeah. I think I'm also fine with whatever suits to you, Vipin. So I think we are good. I have no foundation for early morning, as Ashish said. So even I am ready for starting at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever is your preference. But we need to check with the others as well. So I would like to hear from, I think, others also.
So will
Okay
it
for
be
me.
fine if we can have
Okay
it
for
from
me
4?
also.
Yeah, so we have 4 go ahead right now. That is from
Yeah, please give go ahead on the
Uh,
WhatsApp chat, guys.
time is also fine for me. You can decide your time
Not a
right now.
WhatsApp chat.
time would be
Yeah.
4:30 to 4:30 to 8:30 or 9 we can say
AM?
AM.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
I think we got everybody's early riser here, so we can have it from
So,
4 or 4:30 in the morning.
so guys, do one thing. 4:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Monday. Why I'm so bad. Monday. I'm sorry, not Monday.
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. Why I'm not able to type? Okay.
Uh,
This is the
Ashish,
proposed time.
guys, if we are going to, if we are going to, the schedule the calls, the session in a early morning, so is it not possible to schedule also on a weekdays, not over the weekend, for 1 hour 30 minutes on daily
Dear
basis?
friends, there will
Is
be
it
a
possible?
challenge. There will be a well, hold on. Yeah, I understand. But there will be a challenge because Monday to Friday, I do have a morning batch starting at 8 o'clock. So that is going to overlap. So will not be possible on so early morning. Until you ask
No
me
problem.
to start a class at 3 a.m. in the morning, which will be too early. So Monday to Friday, early morning 4 hour batch, 4 hour session will not be possible. But if you wish 2 hours, it will be difficult as. But you guys will have to decide the time.
No, I think if really we want to shift to weekdays, then it should not be 4 hours. We can reduce it to 2 hours because ultimately we are covering only 8 hours in a week, even with the weekends. So if it is 4 weekdays, then maybe we can have 2 hours class, and that can be 5 to 7 or 6 to 8 if anybody wants to go for that. I'm okay with either the plan. So I'm open. Mornings are very free for me. So even if it is weekdays or
Yeah, yeah.
weekends, so I'm absolutely
That's
fine.
what I'm saying. Yeah, Kamal, that's what I'm saying. That if we are going to for the weekdays for the 1.5 hours or 2 hours, so we can also join for the weekdays, right? I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
proposing it. Whatever the
Sorry,
final decision, we will be just agree over that.
there is one time suggestion from my side, that can be again from 4:30 to 6 or 6:30, that is for 2 hours every day in the morning, or we can have 5 to 7 in the morning.
Yeah. So Ashish, if that suits to you, because again, you have to check your schedule also. Your office hours and everything has to be accommodated. So if we are going for weekdays, maybe we can have 4 days class to accommodate 8 hours in total for a week. That may be Monday to Thursday or Tuesday to Friday, and that can have the schedule of 5 to 7 if it suits to you.
Okay, fine. 5 to 7. I on Monday to Friday. I do perform some other activities, the morning walk and those yogas that will get compromised. Okay, do one thing. We will look for it. I would like to see how many votes are for this. Weekdays, early morning. But if it is early morning, I would love to have very early morning. A very early morning will be say 4 o'clock, 4 to 6. At least I can spend some time on for my, early morning activities, yogas, and morning walk and all those stuff. During this pandemic situation, I really urgency of doing those things. So, but fine. You guys, you please let me know about it, and definitely I will accommodate with you guys. Ankit said, I prefer weekend, not weekdays. Ankit, okay. That's what I want. I want a univocal sound coming from your side. So we'll do one thing. You guys decide. Probably a few
Yeah,
people are already.
Ashish will discuss in the group and I'll update you. I mean, who are
That's
there in
better.
our group, who are there in our group, will discuss and update you, but you can ask the other people who are not part of our group.
Sure. So those who are in a common group, you can invite me also, so that other people's voting I can also get to know about, or you can ask our coordinator, dear friend Ryon, there, so that we all should get onto the same page. I'm ready to accommodate with you guys. 50-30 minutes here and there, but yes, it is possible from my side. Ankit, you want to say something?
No.
Okay. All right. After you, Kamal, your queries well discussed over here. Let's move to dear friend Love.
Hey,
Love
Asif.
Kumar. Yes,
Hey,
Love.
hey, Asif.
Hmm.
Are you going to cover the Ansible? Because as per the CCIE blueprint is there. I'm not 100% sure. Like, are they going to ask in the CCI lab exam? But I'm just curious to about like, are you going to teach the Ansible part?
Currently, I have not prepared myself for Ansible, but after having a discussion with my friends, my colleagues in automation, what I got to know about the one who knows about Python, Ansible will just be a cakewalk for him. So, but both Python and Ansible labs are available in Cisco D Cloud. Once I'll feel the urgency of uh, teaching Ansible also, will definitely incorporate. But currently, I am not covering Ansible.
Okay, perfect. And another thing is that like you said as Cisco decloud, you can do the like can I do the all the labs except the VDCs that you said like VDC is like older technology, you can't do the VDC on the decloud. Like except the D like VDC, can we do all the practicals on the decloud?
Okay, let me show you. Not 100%. Even Cisco dcloud has a challenge. Cisco dcloud has a challenge with regards to the non-availability of data plane. You know what? Show you the one of the lab. And Cisco dcloud is already opened. Okay, this is the lab. This is the basic lab, which is one of a beautiful lab. Name of the lab is Getting Started with Cisco ACI 4.2. Okay, there is a noise coming from the background.
Sorry.
Okay, you can mute. Yeah, fine, fair enough. So this particular lab is already booked by me, and it is available till 29th. Till what time? Okay, till midnight almost. It is available with me. Okay, let me show you this lab for another 13 hours. Now, in case of our dear friend dcloud, this is one of the most beautiful lab on which we can do many things, many labs, but the challenge in dcloud is just the availability of management plane and the complete absence of the data plane. All the devices, you talk about Active Directory, you talk about vCenter server, you talk about ACI devices, 2 spine switches, 2 leaf switches available, UCS director, UCS manager, ESXi hosts, all of them, they are connected in the same management plane. Any data plane communication between the virtual machines or the machines which we deploy is not possible. But yes, if we need to push certain configurations from our controller onto our ESXi host on any of the virtual machine, this is possible because such communication happen over management plane. Now, there is a remedy to this. So what I said, I'm trying to say is, I will not be able to show you the data plane communication, but still I will show you the data plane communication with the help of my previous class videos, wherein all the lab demonstrations were given on the hardware, real hardware devices. I have those videos in my class. I will be explaining you in conjunction with those videos as well, wherein I will show you with this configuration how ultimately we achieve the data plane communication. So when it comes to you guys, what you can do all the configurations with regards to ACI, but you will not be able to test the reachability between the two endpoints. That is the challenge in dcloud. But if you understand the technology and if you have the hardware devices, I am 100% sure that you will be able to test the lab. That's how I am going to explain you. That's how I'm going to share the lab workbook with you guys. Does it clear your doubt, love?
Yes, Ashish, thanks.
Yes, you're welcome. Your question is very much legitimate, and I really need to give you an honest answer to your question. I myself have tried extensively by going extra mile to work on it. I have happened to see, right, couple of extraordinary things which are possible in dcloud, but the data plane, when it comes to, my hands are tied. I have already raised a request with the dcloud team, but they are not giving us the data plane because they themselves have virtualized this. But still, lot other things are there. With regards to ACI, the ultimate and the final lab called ACI multi-site, probably you guys have heard of. Yes, it is doable. Yes, ACI very first and the basic lab, fabric discovery, is doable here. Guys, these two ultimate labs, first and the last lab, no one, even with the hardware devices, first of all, for the very first lab, fabric discovery, no one, even with the hardware device, can show it. When it comes to ACI multi-site, let me get the PPT in front of you with regards to what I'm talking about. Let me clean the screen. Okay, and the labs I'm talking about ACI. All right. Okay, here it is. I'm talking about this particular lab. The very first lab called Fabric Discovery. In case if you happen to see any guy having the hardware device, no one is showing you guys the Fabric Discovery lab. Well, when I was teaching, right, even with the help of hardware devices, I never demonstrated this particular lab, because in order to demonstrate this particular lab, you really have to wash out all the configuration from the devices, and you have to start from the scratch. But thank you so much to dcloud that this particular lab is the lab which you will be doing probably 10 times. You know why? Because in order to do rest of these labs, for example, the VMM integration, this lab is indeed doable. ASAV in routed mode, ASAV in transparent mode, VTC. In order to do all these labs, you would be doing the fabric discovery every time. So this particular thing is when you are going for the first time deployment of your fabric discovery has to be done. This will give you a very good hands-on as well as confidence. And then I was talking about the multi-site. Currently, at least in India, no institute have such a robust hardware lab wherein the ACI multi-site can be demonstrated. This is again, thank you very, very much to dcloud. This is doable in our Cisco dcloud. Then of course, microsegmentation. Yes, microsegmentation reminds me of certain additional extra knowledge which I would be sharing with you guys with regards to non-Cisco product, right? So microsegmentation lab is also doable in Cisco dcloud without data plane verification. Okay, yeah, so probably I have answered your question.
Okay, thanks, Atis.
Okay, yeah, any other question you have on top of your mind?
Not now.
Okay, anytime if you any question comes back to you, please feel absolutely free to come and ask the question. Okay, so
Awesome.
let's go back to our dear friend Mujahid. Mujahid, thank you so much for joining back with us. You were asking something. You were asking something about dcloud, right? And probably I have addressed this question. So in case if you still have some granular question about dcloud or how to practice and all, please, Mujahid, my dear friend, go ahead. You can unmute, dear friend Mujahid, and you can ask your question.
Yes, Shankit. Yes, Ashish. Almost. I think the other guys who had almost covered in my question. So there's nothing much. But the people who are in a different domain, as I remember texting you on WhatsApp, because I'm from a different administration kind of job. So this will be a new thing, challenging thing to me if I join back to your course. So how should I start preparing myself? Because it's a totally a new thing for me. Though I have worked on routers and switches, but not on Nexus. It's all about 3550 and 2950 switches.
Okay. You know,
So
my
yeah, go ahead.
My first suggestion to you is to have a positive attitude that yes, I can do it. If you yourself are positive about it, this is done, you are happy about it, then my next suggestion to is that I'm sure you are going to find a buddy, right? You will get a buddy into this. So whenever you are doing a lab, right, hands-on, or whenever you are studying, please
Yeah,
make sure you do share your concern, your doubt, right, without any
Hesitation
ignorance
to.
about it. Hesitation is the right word. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I fall short of words. And you know what? You can do it. This buddy will be there. Everyone will be your buddy with the help of the WhatsApp group, which we will form. You can put your question anytime, and I'm sure as my other WhatsApp groups are effective, the same will be in your case. People, they will definitely address your question. So, but the most important thing is you really have to be very positive about it. Then the world will be there with you.
All right. Let's see. Hopefully.
Yeah. So I'm sure about it. That's what my experience is. I'm telling you for my experience. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mujahid. All right. You can, yeah, you can definitely mute yourself if you don't have any question because there is background noise. Yeah. Thank you very much. Any question you have, Mujahid, you please unmute and ask your question. No? You're good? Okay. Then we come to Sai Krishna. So dear Sai, any doubts you have? Thank you so much for joining me back. I know we first met 2019 March.
Yes, Ashish. Thanks for allowing me to join first of all. So,
Yeah, it's my
see,
pleasure, Sai.
since we last met, I have a ACL in production and I'm trying to learn it more. I mean, learn it in a deeper fashion with IVX and all that stuff. I'm trying to understand how it is different from a normal VXLAN and what exactly backend front end is fine. What exactly happens to the backend? So I would say I'm still learning it, but why I joined is I just want to check with you one question, right? I don't know whether it is relevant to this group or not. I'm a little shy to ask, but I still go ahead and ask the question. So, how can like I already have a CCIE basically in security, and the period of the CCIE is going to end up by end of this October, right? If I want to, I mean, like renew that, what is the process now to renew CCIE certificate? I know that there is no theory, I mean, there is no CCIE theory. We used to generally renew it through CCIE theory exam, but I don't think we have a CCIE theory exam now. So just start to check with you, what is the possibility and how can we renew the CCIE now?
Okay. I understand that you are asking about the process of renewing your CCI. So may I know when did you clear your CCI security?
So I did clear my CCIE security back in 2016, and after that, I mean, like I was preparing for data center. I gave a couple of times data center theory, but unfortunately I couldn't make it data center lab because of what. I'll be honest with you. I couldn't make CCE data center lab just because I saw that data center lab has a SAM network on UCS, which I felt not useful for me personally to learn to practice more because I'm traditionally from networking background, and I thought, okay, I don't want to waste extra time on it, right? Extra time on things which I'm not working. So just I leave it as it is by that time, and I spent that time on learning enterprise solutions like SD access and SD-WAN. So that's why I couldn't complete my data center lab. But um, the last return I given in 2019 data center lab. So 2021 October, I think after 2 years period, it's gonna end that period, right? So I just want to renew it before before it expires.
Okay. So when was the last written examination you gave? Which year? Which month?
2019 October.
Okay. So 2019 October to 2020 October is 12 months, and then 6 more months means your written is expired. Probably you would be
Right.
getting mails from, yeah, you will be getting mails from Cisco to rewrite your theory exam to go further ahead. Your probably CCIE certification number is in a suspended state, which means you will still get a leverage of 6 months, or maybe due to the COVID situation, approximately 1 year. Cisco will not cancel your number, right? Don't worry about it in
Right.
case if Cisco cancels. Don't, right? I'm not giving you a nightmare.
No, I'm not worried, but I just want to make sure because I know the policy. Like initial policy was every my return will be expired every 18 months, but the CCE number will be expired every 2 years once. So I still have I know my CCIE is gonna expire 2021 October. So before that,
Okay.
if I need to renew, if I wanted to renew, what is the process? Like how can I renew it?
To renew it, you have to write down the written examination of any track prior to this particular date of October 2021, and then it will be renewed for another 18 months.
All right, but
Or
we
if
don't have a theory exam now, right? We don't have a theory exam now, right? In CCIE.
uh, that is called qualification exam, yes, even we do have for the data center for all the tracks.
Okay, okay. So if I write the qualification exam, you sure that my CCIE will be renewed?
Right. The CCI number will be
Okay,
renewed if you write any of the written examination,
okay, okay. Makes
right?
sense. One
Yeah,
last question
absolutely.
before I end of my question. Like one last question.
Mhm.
So I'm basically looking for just ACI knowledge at this point. I have a background of Nexus and I don't want to go for SAN at this point. So, what is the fee structure if I really enroll only for the ACI?
Okay. Yes, if you want to look for only ACI, there is an option, right?
Mhm.
There are two batches going on, one in the morning, one in the evening, and then one which I'm going to start. Abhinav, a need to drop, we'll discuss and let you know. Please, Abhinav, yeah, sure. So the morning batch is at 8 a.m. In this particular morning batch, ACI is currently going on. So if you do not have the basic understanding of ACI, I will not recommend you to join this. In the evening batch, starting every day, Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. This is a new batch wherein currently the topic called VDC is going on. After the VDC, it is VPC. After VPC, it is VX LAN, and then I'm going to start ACI. So once I will come on to VX LAN, right, I would suggest you to join VX LAN over here. And then, of course, you can join for the ACI. If you want to join only for ACI, you ask me the fees, and the fee for ACI is 25K INR, right?
Okay.
So only for the ACI also you can join. That's not a problem. We do have this module wise, leverage as well.
Okay. That's all from my end, Ashish. Thanks for answering them.
Yeah, you're welcome, Sai. Okay, Vipin Gautam, you
Hi,
from your.
thank you.
Hi, Vipin. Yeah,
So
tell me.
yeah, I have a couple of questions. So they may sound silly to you, but actually
No.
they are really important for me. So So first thing which I want to ask, like we will be covering this DC track, and I am from the network and security side. So will we
Mhm.
be doing some security stuffs in DC module in this track?
Okay. When it comes to security stuff in DC track, no, I don't see any security stuff in our any of the topic. But if you have prior knowledge of security, that is definitely going to help you a lot. But yes, with regards to Nexus, if you know about the routing protocols, OSPF, BGP, spanning tree protocol, you know the concepts of LACP and all,
Mhm.
it's very good. But as far as security is concerned, no, 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 no. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I'm so sorry. Let me tell you, security stuff. The actual usage of ASAV, right? ASA, Adaptive Security Appliance. In our ACI lab, we will be deploying the virtual ASAV lab. We'll be configuring it. Virtual means both in L2 mode, that is go through mode, as well as in go to mode, L3 mode. So, but uh, we will be configuring just the basic ACL, right? And the interfaces for the purpose of our ASAV, not the detailed part of it. Okay. And if you already have a knowledge of security, then in ACI, something called contract, which is nothing but which is analogous to ACL. Yes, we will be covering this as well. So your prior knowledge of security will really help you in being very comfortable with the ASAV deployment and configuration from our APIC controller in ACI. You will be very comfortable with regards to creation of contracts, and not only plain contracts as we will be doing, but as well the contracts with the help of different kind of filters, right? So in examination, probably you will be seeing the usage of different filters, but not to that particular deep dive level of, you know, pure security related stuff. So that's
Okay,
what
so but
we are
this
trying to see.
CCI track like consists of some security topics as well.
Mhm.
The Cisco which the Cisco has mentioned, it also consists of some security topics, although they are very small one,
Yeah,
like key
you're right.
authentication
In
and port securities and AAA and all that, and some ACI contracts and
yes.
micro segmentation, all these things.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you are right. In Blueprint, they have mentioned about LDAP security, AAA security, but starting from version 1.0, I'm being tracking CCI Data Center lab examination questions. It has never been asked. But yes, as you rightly said, contract. As you rightly said, micro segmentation, right? Micro segmentation is indeed very important and being covered over here. And I told you that I will be giving you demonstration of micro segmentation as well. But and also not only from the ACI, I will be offering you a complimentary knowledge sharing of micro segmentation done with the help of OEM, other equipment manufacturers. So a friend of mine is working in an organization and he's very much pure and core into micro segmentation. So I had a discussion with him. The knowledge which I acquired, I will share with you guys. Not as a part of CCI data center, but as a part of a complementary, discussion on micro segmentation.
Mhm. Shall I move to,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm actually very good with this answer. So shall I move to another one?
Why not? Please go ahead.
Okay, so another it is actually just for me only. So what I want to know, like I'm not very much incline or interested or to have the number right now, but I'm very keen to have the knowledge, and I also want to like that's may sound some weird, but looking for some changes in, so maybe in further organization. So interview prospects, I need some strong base, strong knowledge of that. So would this track only be covering or going into the lab perspectives, like what will be coming there or not, and we will be only practicing that material only, or we'll be building the strong base that no matter we are giving the CCI for number, we will be having a strong knowledge if we will be like if in any situation, if we have been fired with some scenarios or some ask for some technologies basics, we would be comfortable and strong enough to explain that. So are we doing in that way?
Okay. Let me tell you one thing. Let me clean this screen first of all. At the current moment, I really do not know what is there in the lab examination. That is, I'm talking about data center version 3.0. I just have got a fair understanding based on a discussion which I had with a couple of friends of mine. But my focus is not at all on the lab. That's what I said in one of the question, that I am not going to teach you dumps over here. There are folks called dumps or boot camps. I do not take any boot camp. I do not teach dumps. I have one meeting, need to go. Fine, love, please, you can go.
Hey,
I do
thanks,
not
thanks.
teach dumps. I do not teach camp.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
sorry, sorry,
welcome,
sorry.
love. So we'll get,
Thank you.
yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. Please carry on. I do not teach dumps. I do not teach the boot camp. Boot camp means 7 days and goodbye to you. That's not my style. As I have selected 13 labs in ACI, so with the holistic intention of giving you everything in ACI as much as I know. Now, what you said is you are not into number race, but you are looking for the knowledge, because it is the knowledge which will help you to crack the interviews. And I am 100% in agreement with you, because whatsoever interviews I do crack the interviews based on the knowledge and not based on the number. CCIE number, according to me, guys, please don't feel offended if you guys really feel, is just 5 digits. It is not going to give you the job. This is not going to make you to crack the interview. This is also not going to justify the knowledge which you have acquired with so-called number. There are certain organizations which just need the numbers. Specifically those friends of mine who are in Middle East. There are organizations in Middle East to get extensive discounts from Cisco. They want the engineers with numbers. They know that they can hire other engineers by paying from India, by paying them, but they do need numbers for the purpose of getting heavy discounts from Cisco. So that is not what I am catering to. I'm not for the purpose of numbers. That's the reason I am not intending to go and look what is there in the dumps, what is there in the bootcamp, because with the help of which I cannot empower you to crack the future interviews. I cannot empower you to do the designing, to do the implementation, etc. So this is, I can stress this answer with so many other examples, but this is a quick answer to your question.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. It is good. So another one which I want to ask, like you were saying that you are in progress for creation of website, and there we will be getting the videos before or after the classes. So how soon you are expecting this website to be ready? Because recordings are really important for me, because I am sort of like, I'm not that one go person, so I need to work hard and practice and read things or understand things, and I have to do multiple attempts to like make myself comfortable in topics. So I hope you got my point.
I got your point, and let me take a quick look where we are with regards to the website. Our website is still under construction. It is getting prepared. I have specified my feedback to the developer. We are going to add we have a tutorial video tab over here. We will provide you login access to this particular website. So once we will upload the tutorial videos, the site is almost ready with just some fine tunings which we are doing. So once those fine tunings are done, then we will be uploading our tutorial videos in this particular tab, which you guys can access. So if you want me to give you a timeline, then I will say, because it is not very much in my hand, I'm just doing the follow-up. So just give us 2 weeks of time, and I holistically believe in 2 weeks of time, the videos would be uploaded here. Else, if I cannot provide you videos in 2 weeks of time, then it will be video on demand, VODs, that is called videos on demand. I will give you. My videos, class videos are already ready. I make sure to book to record each and every class of mine. I do upload it. So on demand, I will give you the videos.
So like we have to inform you before the class that we want this video, or how you want it?
Okay,
Because I want
so
the
what you
recording
can
each and every class.
of each and every class.
Yeah,
Okay.
at least for
Well,
3 months,
we
3 months, because I want to practice things, no?
okay. So then I'll make sure to get the website ready. I will expedite this. Will make a humble request to my developer friend to make it ASAP, right? At least with regards to my module 1, right? By the time we will complete module 1, it should be there, and then 2, 3 onwards. On not in a single shot, but in a couple of ways. Yesterday, I shared a class video to my developer friend so that he can test how to upload it. So he is doing it. I will request him to expedite it. So I will make it available to you once we'll start the classes.
Oh, that's really nice of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And
No worries.
one last
But
question. Yeah, one last
please.
question is, yeah, so how soon we can start it?
Well, it all depends upon you guys. I'm ready to start, say, from tomorrow, if you wish. The only challenge which I'm seeing right now is the time, the most convenient, comfortable time to the maximum, to the mass. Once you guys will say, yes, the time is comfortable, we will be there to start. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I believe here, after having all this discussion, Shasi, that the most suitable time will be weekends, because even if one has any objection, we would like to address that, because I think Ankit is already preparing for enterprise and he's in the middle of his preparation. So I think maybe because of the office hours and study and the lab practice hours, he wants to get it done over the weekend. So most probably, I think the group will bend towards that, because we would like to address his concern also. So Saturday, Sunday, but yes, as Vipin said, that he wants to get that done in the early morning. So we'll address his concern here being early morning. So what I am looking forward as the most promising and the most definite time will be yeah, 4 to 5 a.m. we will start, and we will close it between 8 to 9 a.m. on the weekends. That is what I think will be coming out as an outcome of this discussion.
Quite fair
Yep.
enough. I have recorded it. So
Yeah.
we'll take it up as Sunday between 4 and 5. Say, but time will be fixed. That is, if it is between 4 and 5, means it is 4:30 a.m. and
Yep.
till 8:30
Yeah,
a.m.
that is nice.
or as long as you want. So I am perfectly fine with this particular time. No issues from my side. For this, it is my done.
Perfect. Perfect. We will propose the same time to the group, and I'm sure that everyone will be agreed to that. So I think Vipin is also agree on that, and Ankit, we can find. So I think we will be doing this. I'll confirm, but we will definitely get the assurance from everyone, and then we will finally communicate.
Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good to me. Okay. So meanwhile, dear friend Ahmad,
Yeah.
Anwar, and Sridhar has also joined. So Vipin, do you have any more question?
Yeah, sorry. So one thing I
Please.
also want to know from your side, like usually what problem which I face is that the person who is teaching, like he's teaching the OSPF, so he just tell us the protocol, how the neighborship are created, what is the LSA flow, what is broadcast, what is stub area, and all these things they teach us these small topics, and then that is OSPF. But when it comes to the actual use of that, where we will be implementing this OSPF in production network, how we will be getting the desired output from the OSPF, what is the actual complete end-to-end architecture, like from a AD server on is A side to a user sitting on the Z side, so that complete path and this. So we would be covering that in data center module, that not only that is the bit of we would not be like, I don't know if I'm making sense to you, or I'm able to explain myself, but what I all I want, that a complete architecture understanding. So we should at least aware of, if we are talking about something, or that how the traffic would be flowing, or how the things is working end to end.
Okay, very good question. Vipin, I truly believe that your senses matches with absolutely that of mine. You are asking a question from the point of view of a network engineer, and so I do teach not as a just a typical trainer who is only into the training. I'm also an engineer by profession. I holistically believe that this is what is required, and in all my presentations I make sure to explain you diagrammatically the complete traffic flow. I always make sure that the concepts are presented to you in a more lucid form. So with regards to this, I will say yes. I will try my level best, which I'm fulfilling, but everyone's satiety level is different. I will be teaching you up to my satiety level as a network engineer, what I expect when I am in a role. So that's what I have prepared in the most lucid form, and that's what I will teach you. I will not try to skip anything which is absolutely relevant for a network implementation engineer. Yes, as far as deep dive troubleshooting is concerned, we will not be doing deep dive troubleshooting. I have a couple of deep dive troubleshooting scenarios as well with regards to some of the technologies, but not with regards to each and every technology. What I'm trying to tell you is there are different parts: designing, implementation, and operations. So our focus will be on the designing part and the implementation part, and operation part where you really need a deepest possible dive. Actually, my understanding says it is the dedicated tech team which does it. So, but we do have something for that as well.
Okay, actually, my aim to ask these questions and to join this training is just because I do not want to work in operation anymore. I just want to move myself to planning and implementations role, because it's been 10 years I've been doing operations things, and it's I think it is done now. It's high time to move to some other profiles.
Which company you are in?
Right now I'm in BT, but before that I was in
Uh,
Ericsson, and before that I was in Orange.
BT Gurgaon office or Bangalore office?
Yeah, Gurgaon, Gurgaon.
Okay, there are a couple of friends of mine. Even I was in BT. There are a couple of friends of mine in Gurgaon office also. So yes, okay, you are in BT operations. I was into design role. All right, fine. I do understand how painful the operations role is, and if you are holistically intending to move towards the designing, that is a solution architect role, then your countdown has started. That's what I'm saying. Because the very
Thank you.
first thing is you really have to conceive in your mind, which you already have conceived. Now you have to execute it. And
Hmm.
I also moved from operations into designing and solution architect and all, just based on the knowledge and not based on the number. So
Right.
that's what you, I understand that's what you believe in, the knowledge and not in the number.
Yeah, I'm totally looking for knowledge only. I'm have no plan to give any exam, no, neither written nor lab. But yes, I'll be practicing like anything, like I have an exam tomorrow.
Please do that, because tomorrow, once you are confident, you have a good knowledge, say you are in Cisco, you don't want to spend your own money, Cisco will give you the credit points. Go and give the lab. That is the right time, right? No need to spend money on the numbers. That's what my holistic, you know, approach is. I do
Cisco
share the
is
same.
dream come true. Cisco is like dream come true. I don't know when I would be able to join that company.
Okay, let me tell you that a lot of openings are there in Cisco. A lot of openings, specifically in data center, in Nexus, ACI. They have still the openings. So once you acquire the knowledge, they will not look for the number, whether you have the number or not. Number they will give you, but you have to give them the knowledge, right?
Right.
So I think you are on the right track.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. That's all from my side, and I want to start it as soon as possible. And I'm looking forward for all your support. On the last note, that I always
Yeah.
been very good. I prepared for CCIE RNS as well, although I have never given that. But yes, I let like I have the CCNA and CCNP number are in RNS, and that too I have given on myself. There was no terms and nothing. I prepared myself and I did that. That is the earned number actually. So
Wow.
but yeah, so what all I want to say that I am, so what I feel like that I am strong in reading and understanding the concept, but when it comes to do the things on the lab, I somewhere like hesitate. So one thing which I want to I want from your side a push on the labs actually, because somehow I reluctant myself to do the practical things and I just keep on clearing the concept. Like
Okay.
that
For
push I
this,
get into the operations. When the tip even comes into my bin, then I have no choice and I have to log in and troubleshoot.
I understand. Thank you so much for being very honest. And I'm showing, telling you, promising you that this honesty of yours will definitely pay you back in future. And the future is not very far. So you said you are reluctant in doing the lab. It's because of the hesitation you have. So
Right.
the best solution for you, the best solution for you is that Cisco D Cloud. Just book Cisco D Cloud. Say the lab will be can get over in 1 hour, but you book the Cisco D Cloud lab say for 5 hours or 10 hours. Just do it slowly and slowly, right? Step by step. Understand, cue each and every action, and then execute it. And that's how I have prepared my workbook, Cisco D Cloud workbook, which I will be sharing in. I am over here acting as a facilitator just to simplify what is there in Cisco D Cloud, because otherwise Cisco D Cloud lab guides, they are just a text-based lab guides. The diagrams of what action you are taking is not there. I'm just facilitating you guys to make the lab hands-on very convenient for you guys. So lab will be there. You just need to do hands-on. You need not pay even a single penny for it. Nothing is going out from your pocket, just the time investment. If you are ready to invest the time, then this much is sufficient. Just you have to spare the study time from your other time in case, and that is nothing but that is called time management in simple. So just manage your time, be yourself available, dedicate yourself. There is availability to practice, to learn. There is no crunch of it. And specifically, thank you so very much to the current pandemic situation. It has given sufficient time to us for ourselves also. So you are working from home probably, right?
Right. Yes, complete work from home.
Yes. So manage your time, take out time from your lazy hours, dedicate over here to studies, and you are done. That's it. I would like to tell you.
Yeah. Can I have your number if it is like?
Yeah, why not? There is no hidden number for me. My number is 990-201-7491. Of course, +91. I'm in Bangalore, BLR, Bengaluru. You can reach me out. I'm very much accessible. And if you want to ping me on, say, my LinkedIn, you can ping me on LinkedIn also. I will share with you and everyone my LinkedIn profile ID as well. So you can.
Your LinkedIn. I'm following you on
You are in
LinkedIn.
my LinkedIn. Okay. So probably my number is also there on LinkedIn as well.
Okay. Maybe that paid profile only show the number. LinkedIn paid profile only show.
I have to check whether I have. Yeah, Bipin and GAUTUM. Bipin.
Yes, TAM actually. Yes, this
TAM. And this is you.
Right.
The first one.
No. It is not showing.
All are showing as second connections. Vipin Gautam. What should I say? More things are correct, right?
No problem. I'll check it. I have the number. I'll add you the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, you ping me there on LinkedIn as well. You can ping me, and I'll see.
Sure.
I have given you my number as well. Okay. All right. Fine. Fair enough, Vipin. Okay.
Thank you.
So
I've taken much of your time. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. My time, at least say on weekdays, my morning first hours is for you guys only. And after this,
Right.
I'm going to relax with my son and watch movie Netflix. Okay. Thank you so much, Vipin. And thank you very much for being so very clear about it, so very honest about yourself. And I really liked it. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
So meanwhile, our dear friend Ahmad Anwar and Sridhar have also joined, and these two names look to me very known names. Ahmad and Sridhar, do I know you prior to this session?
Hi, Ashish. Hi, Ashish. This is Ahmed Anwar. So, yes, you remember me correctly. So, actually, I was your ex-student in data center batch 2.1. Okay.
Yes. What's your full name, Anwar? Sorry.
Ahmed Anwar Basha. So, I'm
Oh,
not sure.
Ahmed.
You are not in LinkedIn.
How can I forget you? I do know you, my friend. Yes.
Yeah. So actually, that time we were preparing labs, but unfortunately Cisco changed the syllabus and we dropped out, right? So I discontinued from the lab that time itself.
It was in
So
which
actually,
year?
I think 2019, like 2019 mid.
Okay. Okay. I'm just looking for your name in my directory. Okay. Unfortunately it looks I don't have your name.
Uh,
Ahmed Anwar. I have
yes.
Anwar Ali. It
One
is
second.
Ahmed Anwar. Okay, okay. Probably yes, I do have you.
Anwar Ali is also was the batchmate, right? That time.
Anwar Ali.
Ali.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
are you in Saudi?
Pardon? Yeah, I'm in Saudi. Yes,
Uh,
I'm in Saudi.
okay, 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 okay. Then fine, fine, fine. I can ping you, right now on the
Mm.
WhatsApp.
Yes,
So if you have
you can
to
ping me on WhatsApp.
see, I just pinged
I
you.
received your. Yeah, I
Did you
received your.
get my ping?
Yes, I received your ping actually.
Okay, wonderful, beautiful. And but your number is +91. That is India number.
Actually, I'm
And
just maintaining my Indian number itself because
wonderful.
here, yeah, you cannot use WhatsApp as a calling facility. So if
Yeah,
you
I
use
know. And
number,
oh yes, you
yes.
were in my evening 2.1 batch, and
Mm-hmm.
where had Nitesh, George, Ajay, George. Yes, yes, definitely, I do know you. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Anwar, for showing confidence on me and coming back to me. I'm really delighted
Yeah.
and glad that you're here. Now, would like
So
to humble
actually
you.
I have like a couple of questions, like, but most of the
Please.
questions got cleared with the friends who asked earlier. Okay. So apart from that, I have
Mhm.
some more questions, like how your training will be helpful for us in migrating the legacy environment to the new SDN environment. So you will share us some document kind of, or like you will show us an example, like there is a legacy switch, this is the configuration, and this will be migrated from legacy switch to the ACI.
Wow.
Like what are the procedures? If it is layer 2, if it is a layer 3, or if it is a routing protocol, how can we migrate it and get rid of this legacy network? Or if you have any kind of documentation done for this migration process, it will be helpful if you guys share it with us.
Mm, pictures speak more than the words.
Yes,
So I would like to show you. I would like to show you. Yeah, picture speaks more than words. True. And I would like to show you
especially in
regarding your
kind of
mic.
migration, yes, because you
Yes,
will
yes.
not have much time to read, sit, and experiment all these things, right? Migration usually will be done on the real time, and you'll not be having a lab environment to get the migration done also.
Okay. In our dear friend D Cloud, there is a beautiful lab.
Okay.
You know,
So when you
it
tell this
says,
decloud, right? Is it a free lab, right? Full free lab.
yes, it is free, but
Okay.
you need to know the strategy to use it optimally. Otherwise, if
Okay.
you have access to it, but you don't know how to use it, it is useless, right?
Okay.
There are a couple
Okay.
of fine tunings which I have learned to make it more
Okay.
conducive for you guys now. Can you see this particular lab? Integrate, migrate existing layer 2 networks to ACI. This is our migration strategy lab.
Okay.
In my previous classes, you have already learned the technology, the ACI. What is
Yes.
ACI? How to
Yes.
configure it, right? Now,
Right.
we did cover layer 3 out OSPF. We did cover layer 3 out BGP. We did cover inter-tenant communication. But
Mm-hmm.
look at in this particular lab. On the left-hand side, we have a legacy fabric, and on the right-hand side, we have ACI fabric. There are servers in our VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 in our legacy fabric, and we have the servers in VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 in our ACI fabric. This particular lab will teach you how you can extend your layer 2 out or layer 3 out beyond your ACI fabric so that you can migrate the server in your legacy environment to your ACI fabric. This is a very much important lab for the purpose of migration.
Okay.
This is for layer 2 out migration. Similar to that of this, there is layer 3 out migration, which is possible as well. Point number 1, this is a quick answer to your question. Another lab, which is nothing but which is a migration lab, and that is multi-site. In multi-site lab, which I will be covering over here. Okay. Multi-site lab, not this. Let me quickly jump over to the migration strategy lab, and that is last scenario, multi-site use cases. In this entire lab, in multi-site, we will be doing multi-site importing tenant. Yeah, the last scenario is importing tenant from one brownfield to a greenfield. Yes. Stretched BD without berm flooding, and okay. And in this particular multi-site lab, we will be working on moving the tenant configuration done in a brownfield, which is nothing but which is an existing, to a new multi-site scenario. That is from a brownfield, already existing ACI fabric, where you have the logical constructs already done. If you want to move it to a greenfield, this particular lab of us, it teaches how to do it. But you know what? Let me be very honest. These two migration labs which I'm covering, these are just the starting labs. As this is not a holistic part of CCIE data center, I really thought of imparting certain extra additional knowledge to you guys. That's the reason I have added it. But it will be just a initial kickstart. With this initial kickstart knowledge of yours, you should be able to do the migrations in future. And I'm sure about it.
Okay. So when we are practicing the lab in the D cloud, right? So will they give us workbook kind of, or they'll just give us the lab and we have to figure it out?
No, not at all, not at all. See, they give you, D cloud gives you, let me show you, because pictures speak more than the words. Let me go back to my D cloud. With regards to each and every lab available over there in D cloud, there is a associated lab guide, which is written more in text format. Understanding that requires a patience and, of course, perseverance and the time. What I have done, so for example, I have already a lab which is already booked. This is the lab. If I start this download details, info, no, I really have to start this lab to book it. Okay, let me tell you, before booking the lab, since this particular lab is booked, they definitely can download the details once I click it. Let me show you that. There is a resource tab. Under this resources tab, there is a lab guide available. See, this is the lab guide which is available. What I have done, what I am facilitating is to convert this lab guide into more friendly a lab guide with the diagrams, with the pictures, with the screenshots to be there along with each and every task. Not only that, I will be explaining you this particular lab guide and the entire flow of configuration, right? So it is just not the labs, but of course, lab
Hello?
I think we lost. We are not able to
I
hear
think
you,
we lost
Ashish.
Ashish, right? Okay.
Right. No voice.
Anwar, where do you live in Saudi, Anwar?
Pardon? I live in Riyadh.
Where do you live? Where? Which part of Riyadh?
Malas.
You work in Riyadh? Malaz, huh? Okay, okay.
Yeah, I work in Riyadh, yes.
Okay. Can you share me your number if possible?
Yeah, you can make note of it.
Give me your number.
0500-220-145.
1 second, 1 second.
You're also in Saudi, is it right? In Riyadh.
Yeah, I live very near to your place. So I live in Ravda.
Okay, got it. Okay. I'm just messaging you my number. Okay.
You work for BTC or what?
Yeah, I work for BTC.
Okay, okay.
How come you know that?
I was just searching on the LinkedIn now. So
Okay.
I saw your name. Where you're basically from?
From Chennai.
Chennai. Okay, 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 okay. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, Anwar. Just give me your number.
Yeah, it is 0500
Okay.
220-145.
Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm so sorry for the power fluctuation happened and my modem took 2 minutes to come back. We do have a backup, but I do not have backup for my Wi-Fi modem, and I got disconnected. Okay, it looks, yes, in my sense, you guys were communicating and keeping this meeting alive. Thank you so much for keeping it alive. Okay, so Ahmed, yes, you were asking some questions.
Yeah, about this dcloud lab. So you were telling like you will prepare a good documentation for the lab flow and you'll be sharing us in the trainings, right?
Oh, yes. For example, for the purpose of our entire labs, what different labs? These are the labs. The basic discovery, you know, in dcloud for the purpose of ACI, I have broken ACI into just 2 labs available in ACI out of multiple labs in ACI, which will cover so many things. This will cover our basics fabric discovery, will cover our VMM integration, will cover our ASAV, will cover layer 3 out OSPF, intertenant, and all, and of course the migration as well. And then comes microsegmentation is a separate lab. Multi-site and multi-pod, they are the separate labs. So what I have done is I have converted the entire lab guide so available to us in a more comfortable format, having various flows, configuration screenshots, the relevant diagram as and when required. And definitely I do explain each and every step. Right?
Okay. That's great. That's great. And the second question is like, how far the lab is stable now, and do we have the solution ready, or still it is still not ready from?
Okay. All right. I'm not sure if you were there when I said I'm not teaching dumps, not conducting any boot camp. This is pure technology classes. As far as stability of dumps is concerned, lab solution is concerned, I really do not have any idea. What I know is the lab center, entire Cisco campus is in a complete lockdown state. So any outsiders, even outside from the Cisco, will not be allowed. Point number one, so don't expect anything from Bangalore, exam center of CCIE. Dubai, I believe it is open. Some of the guys, they are going to Dubai. And in case if guys are going to Dubai, then getting the dates over there will be a Herculean task. Got to know that some of the guys, they have started teaching the dumps. I really do not have any idea about, but I honestly believe because of the recent version 3.0 modification in the lab exam pattern, which earlier was 1 plus 7 hours, which has now changed to, the ratio is changed to 3 plus 5 hours. The lab has become more easier. That is the lab. So the first part, first 3 hours, instead of diagnostic, they call it as a designing and troubleshooting. And the second part is our configuration lab. So
okay,
but
so actually earlier it was like troubleshooting, diagnostics plus lab, right? Now it is in design. So what they are doing in design, like again it will be like choose the correct answer question, or they are expecting us to provide the solution for design setup.
Okay, let me cover that also. One second, let me open that slide. Where is that? Okay, here it is. Okay, the current pattern of the lab examination is design as a first module, which is of 3 hours duration, right? And then 5 hours fixed. The important thing before answering your question is to look at the backward compatibility, backward navigation. Is it possible or not? Earlier, when it was just the diagnostics, right? As we know, earlier it was called as diagnostic section. Backward navigation was possible. Now it is not possible. It is disabled. And they are calling it to be as a design. This means you would be provided with certain scenarios. You have to give answers for, of course, it is scenario based. It's mentioned over here. You have to give the solution for it. I really do not know whether it is going to be multiple choice, MCQ, or it is going to be a text. Since it is 3 hours, it can be a text based as well. So I really do not have any idea about it, but from my general understanding, I believe that this particular module, it will be more simpler because it is deploy, operate, and optimize. It is not troubleshooting. So optimization means not something to correct, but to fine tune the configuration. Once I have idea, definitely I'll share with you guys in a separate session. But currently I'm not investing my time onto this. Anwar.
Okay, sure. And one more thing, like since
Any,
I already have your
yeah.
recordings, right? Like last classes recordings I already have. So actually for past couple of weeks, I'm just going through the recordings and just recollecting because it's almost 2 years now. Because I was moved from data center team to security team, so I did not focus on data center concepts in past 2 years. So just I'm recollecting myself from your recordings, right? So I was just trying to do the lab. So I got a good information like through the D cloud we can do the lab, right? So will that training videos will be sufficient, or you will be adding some more in the new trainings?
In the new training, I have added so many things, especially in ACI, like multi-pod, micro-segmentation, multi-site, the migration, and also I have added Hyperflex. And in the Hyperflex, I have added Cisco Workload Optimization Manager as well, and of course Python. So those things are added. And you being my very old friend, in case if you want to join over here, there is a huge discount for all the oldies, special discount on top of whatever discount we are offering, because you already have paid 100 more than 100,000 INRs. So that is being considered. I will request my friend, my coordinator, Ryan over here to get in touch with you. You can also get in touch with him. So yes, that's what. But yes, quick answer to your question is yes, I have added lot many new stuffs, and I'm still adding and will continue to add.
Okay, okay, got it.
And
Yeah, that's
besides
all as
this,
of now from. Yeah.
yeah, one more thing I wanted to add you. Besides this, the look and feel of controller has changed. The earlier in version 2.1, when you were with me, that time it was 3.2. Now we are using 4.2 controller version. Plus the look and feel of vCenter server also has got changed. Earlier we were using an older version, probably version 4 or 5. Now it is version 6.5, which is running along with various additional labs. Okay. Yeah, so
Okay.
that's it.
That's it as of now from my side. Okay. Thank you so much for your time,
Okay,
Ashish.
thank you. Thank you to you also for joining me and showing confidence on me. Okay, Sridhar, I'm so sorry. Now I'm on to you.
Yeah, no
Please
problem.
go.
Yeah, I had joined early, but I due to some network problem and also some personal work, I had to drop off in between, and again I joined back.
No worries,
No,
no
I
worries.
just okay. I just went through your YouTube upload on the one which was recorded on May 17th. Okay, so I just went through and I came to know about the solution. I was looking out for some training. I had some plans to uh, get the CCI number. I mean, maybe like mainly like go through I mean, gain the knowledge and then get the number as you had suggested. So one thing, I have a couple of questions regarding that. So the first thing is like. You told you will not teach the dumps or solutions, what they call. So would you be able to help us like how to read the workbook? That is very much important, like because there are like some twists and turns, and Cisco has prepared the workbook in such a way that if you lose concentration, like if you don't observe a word in that and you configure it in a different way, and you lose the point for that. So would you be able to help us with reading the workbook?
Absolutely. A brilliant question, first of all, I should say. And you know what? That's what I did in version 2.1. In 2.1, I did not teach the dumps, but pictorially, I converted each and every question into more easy readable format. Because you are right in saying from your these words I can understand. Problem understood is problem half solved. So if you have understood the language of the questions mentioned in the workbook, then your solution is being done. And I would love to do that. I repeat, I would love to do that. I would love to make the question more easy to understand for you guys. And for that purpose, I know that I need to go extra mile, convert each and every question into more pictorial format. Say in ACI, whenever a question comes, it becomes very easy when you have the schematic diagram in front of you or logical diagram in front of you. Then answering the question is becomes very easy. You know what? Let me give you, because as I keep on saying, pictures speak more than the words. So, and I will be very much honest and blunt in terms of giving answers to the each and every question. And I would love to show you something. Where is that? Where is that? Yeah. Just as an example of conversion of question in workbook into more readable format. That's what I'm going to show you. So you can take a look. This particular slide of mine is the biggest slide, covering more than 400. This PPT is covering more than 400 slides, so it always take time. Okay, and which particular lab I wanted to show you is, okay, the last one. Okay. If I give you text to read, where is it gone? If I give you a text to read, right, it would be very difficult for you to read. This is a question from version 2.1. The question was not written in this particular format. The question was written in a text format. What I did is I converted the entire question into more readable format, that is called the diagram format. If you have a knowledge of ACI and this particular topology diagram is given to you, then you would immediately understand what needs to be done. But if the same diagram is given to you in the form of 6 separate sentences, it will become difficult for you to understand. That's what I holistically do whenever it comes to the, so-called solutions. I do not believe in teaching the solutions. I believe in teaching the technology to make the questions more understandable. And I converted. This slide I did prepare for the purpose of version 2.1. Question number was, I think, 5.1. I converted that question into this, and this lab is the one which I am showing you even in my classes. That's the answer to your question.
Yeah, it does. And yeah, and second question I have is I have some experience in building VBlock, VX Rack, and all. I have worked for a company which was manufacturing VCE, virtual environment, virtual computing environment. So is this Hyperflex very much similar to the VBlock?
VBlock, if I'm not wrong, is whose solution? VMX, VSX, EMC square solution?
Yeah, it is a solution of combined companies like VMware, Cisco, and EMC.
Oh.
I was working for
Yes.
EMC, and we were building VBlock. It had Nexus 3K for management, Nexus 5K for production environment, and UCS and storage MDS boxes, MDS and storage boxes. So
Okay.
is this Hyperflex very much similar to that? Like all the LAN, SAN, and UCS, yeah, in a single box. It's not a rack; it's a
Absolutely,
single
you are
box, right?
right.
Am I understanding it correctly?
Absolutely
Okay.
right. Absolutely right. This Hyperflex is nothing but it is one single box solution of your V block. V block used to come, now I remember. V block used to come in a form of a 42 RU rack with multi-vendor
Right.
devices, hardware devices in it, right? For the purpose of your LAN, SAN, and your UCS compute solution. Now you are
Right.
absolutely right. Hyperflex is convergence of those hardware devices catering to three different technologies into one single box. Here, in case of an Hyperflex, as
Okay.
per Cisco's recommendation, instead of buying separate boxes for separate technologies, you just buy a pair of three Hyperflex boxes, connect them, and configure your storage controller, your VM controller, your hypervisor, all in those boxes. So that's what becomes Hyperflex.
Okay.
You are absolutely right.
And yeah, and my next question is I don't know whether someone has asked you in this call or in early calls. See, wherever we see, it's cloud everywhere. Like we have three main competitors like Azure, AWS, and Google. And if I do CCI data center, how much value can I bring to the company, when compared to a cloud engineer? Like basically, in a raw English, what I want to ask is how can I push the cloud engineers behind and stand in front of the line for the interview?
Okay, Azure, uh, Google Cloud,
Hello.
and Amazon Web Services, they are providing us the public cloud infrastructure using the same SDN, using the same hyper-converged infrastructure solutions. Now, I believe I have not understood your question fully, but let me try. Then you can further clarify your question. Those are the solutions of public cloud. What we are going to learn over here is with regards to the data center and its technologies covering UCS, storage, compute, LAN, WAN, all together. So that's it. As much as I have understood your question. So can you just clarify your question so that I can give you more clear answer based on my knowledge? Your voice also broke in between.
Okay, so yeah,
I'm
sure.
not able
So
to
let me
go ahead.
put it more bluntly here. So how
Mhm.
much CCIE is worth when compared to the cloud certification? There are demand for the cloud certification. Hello.
Your voice is breaking in between, but
Am
I got your question. Your straightforward question is how much CCIE data center is going to help you for cloud certification?
I-
Is that your question? Okay. The cloud certifications provided by.
No, no. How much? No, no. How much CCIE
Hmm,
data?
go ahead.
Comparing. Sorry, I'm comparing
Your
the
voice
cloud
broke.
the CCIE data center. Let me rejoin.
Okay.
Ashish, I think I'm well satisfied with this call, and I think we are on the same page on all the agreements which we were looking forward for. So I will drop off now. I have some work to go for.
No problem, Kamal. No problem. You're
Yeah.
most welcome. Thank you so much for joining and staying over here for over 1 hour.
No,
So
that's
we
fine.
started
Actually, the discussion was interesting, but I have some hard stop now, so I have to leave. But yes, we will confirm the time very shortly to you so that we can start as soon as it is possible. Okay.
Sure, Kamal.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks a
so
lot.
much for being joining us over here. Thank you so much. Have a great day to you, Kamal.
You too. You too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Bye-bye.
Pleasure was mine. Thanks. Bye.
Hi Ashish, can you hear me right now?
Yes, Sridhar, I can hear you. Go ahead, Sridhar.
Okay. Okay, so if I like we are planning for CCI data center, but there are a lot of job opportunities or demand for cloud engineers. So how can we be in an position to apply for a job? If they are looking for a cloud engineer, like how can we be more demand? So I'm like currently I'm comparing the CCI data center with the cloud technology. How good we can be in the in the market when compared to the cloud engineers. How much opportunity we
Okay.
can get.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for asking this question. And before answering this question, let me clear you one thing. I feel very much confused whenever someone talks to me about the cloud, because cloud is being used as a very generic terminology. And for an engineer who believes in specificity, he further needs to understand, well, what do you mean by cloud engineering, because it is a sum total of lot of technologies encompassed into it. Cloud, according to me, is nothing but it is software based, not only networking, software based compute, software based networking, software based wide area networking, everything. Cloud means anything available anywhere with the same latency. So now coming over to more specificity of cloud engineering, data center is an integral part of this cloud engineering. We are looking at into, you can say, one of the module of cloud engineering, which is data center, with a holistic approach of understanding storage area networking, unified computing, software defined networking, and the hardware technologies in data center. Cloud engineering also has into it the database. Cloud engineering also has into it the automation, has also into it the complete VMware package called VCF, VMware Cloud Foundation, if you have ever heard of it, VCF. So cloud engineering for Microsoft, they say that it is Azure, AWS, Amazon Web Services, but this data center will give you a holistic, clear picture of one of the technology, one of the module in the cloud engineering. So if I'm answering your questions correctly, then
Yes,
I would
yes,
say
you did.
that yes, please look at into one of the module or cloud engineering component, and based on what your experience is, what you have been working on, because security is also part of the cloud engineering, right? Because today, when it comes to security, it is a cloud-based security. Even wireless is a cloud-based wireless technology now, and it was introduced 6 years back, more than 6 years back, when Cisco acquired a company called Meraki, which was predominantly into providing the cloud wireless service, which means what actually? Which means the wireless LAN controller is going to be a cloud-based, which means it will be available in various availability zones. Now I'm using the terminology used in cloud, availability zones. It will be available in multiple availability zones across the globe. So then it becomes cloud-based wireless, cloud-based security, cloud-based networking, and all. So cloud engineering is a very wider terminology which has got various modules into it, and we are learning one of the module called networking for data center in cloud engineering. This will push you with a good knowledge towards wide area, towards public cloud understanding, private cloud understanding, for the purpose of networking. our holistic focus is on networking, which is one of the module of cloud engineering. That's it. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's it from my end. One thing I want to know, like, was the pricing discussed earlier on this call, or will it be offline discussion?
Pricing is not discussed on this call. It will be offline. The coordinator, Ryon, who has dropped, he can tell you about the
Okay.
pricing. And
Okay,
once you
sure.
guys confirm, then we can. The particular discussion, this group discussion is for the purpose of getting on weekend batch. And as most of the guys, they have given a heads up, thumbs up for weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 4:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. in the morning. That's what
Okay.
I believe we're going for.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else?
No, nothing. I'm good. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, Sridhar. Mujahid, my dear friend, any question, any doubt still you have? Thank you so much for staying for so long. Okay. Ahmad, do you have any question? Any other question? All right. So I think everyone is good. So do I. Thank you very much, dear friends, for staying over here, and hope to catch you. If not tomorrow, we can inaugurate tomorrow as well. But for sure, next weekend, that is Saturday in the morning at 4:30 a.m. Thank you so much, and I really admire and delighted to have for your presence over here. Thank you very much. Let's catch up next week then. Bye.
Thank you so much,
Bye-bye.
Ashish. Bye-bye.
Bye, Ahmed, Sridhar, Mujahid. Thank you so much for staying till the last moment. Okay, thank you.